Okay, this is the last one I have permission for today, so it's the last fic. This actually was the thumbnail I took the longest on, because the more characters, more time it takes for me to render them all and all that jazz. I had a lot of fun making this one, though. I tried to do it like comic book-esque with the frames here. I think it turned out pretty well. I struggled with Nana, though. Nana was a struggle. Also, Murder All for One, but Little Child Murderer All for One is behind me. Anyway, this is last fic for today. Children of the Future, Past by katydid, and this is the Podfic. I am gonna read the tags, because I need to remember how to fuck to say some of these names. Yoichi. Okay. Relationships. Midoriya Zuko had passed one for all users. Past class A1 and past one for all users of My Hero Academia. Lovely. That tag is great. They get along great. Midoriya Zuko, Yoichi, first one for all user. I'm just gonna say first or second, Kudio? How do you say his name? Kudo? Kudo? Okay, hold up. I need to how to pronounce Stockholm. I swear to God, if they have a stupid AI one when I get in here, I am going to be annoyed. How to pronounce.com. Get the fuck over here, app, my wonderful app that will tell me how to say this shit. I sometimes forget to use this, but, I try to remember it. Kudo? I think it's Kudo, but I need to know, pronounce. English.
Kudo.
Kudo? Kudo?
Kudo. Kudu. 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 Kudu.
That's not how you say that.
Kudu.
Kudu. Kudu.
That's fucking it.
Kudu.
Let's see. Nope. Okay, it's all the fuck. Okay, I'm gonna go Kudo. It's Kudo now because all that kind of sounded worse than what the hell I was coming up with. So it's Kudo now. Kudo second, Bruce third. Shinori had fucking fuck. How do I say names? God, I need to actually learn how to pronounce some of these goddamn names. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's just try the first part of the name since I guess the full name does not exist. Oh, cool. There's no one that has just said the first name. Okay.
Shinomori.
Shinomori. Okay, Shinomori. Shinomori.
Haikage.
Shinomori Haikage. There we go. Shinomori Haikage. Haikage. Okay. Haikage. I'm gonna try to remember that. I will forget that in 10 minutes. What am I saying? Anyway, Banjo. I am not even trying with the last name. Lariat. I'm not trying with that first name. Smoke either. Nana. Shimura Nana. Yagi Toshinori, All Might. Bakugo Katsuki. To- Todoroki Shoto, Ida Tenya, Urarako Chako. Additional tags: Quark Accident, Chaotic Class A1, Age Regression / De-aging, Tired Midoriya Zuko, Deku Squad Shenanigans, Crack Barely Treated Seriously. Okay, anyway, let's actually let me tell you the summary real quick. A quark accident causes the vestiges inside One for All to manifest in the real world. Except they're all kindergartners. Let's get on to the fic. I forgot to say something in my fucking ramble, and I'm super disappointed in myself. This fic has adorable cover art. Please go look at the fic. It has such cute art. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, now actually we'll get to it. By this point, everyone at UA took bets on how many villain attacks Class A1 would encounter per week. During their latest training exercise, a dozen skull-masked members of the creature rejection clan had ambushed them. Azuku had been struck by a blast of blue light. In the end, the villains had been subdued, and the injured had gone to Recovery Girl for treatment. Azuku hadn't wanted to make a fuss about whatever had happened to him. Not when Koda had broken an arm and Sue had twisted her ankle. For once, Azuku had escaped with all limbs intact. Now, Azuku sat on the dorm couch and tried not to throw up. Tingles shook his body. His stomach twisted and clenched. He clutched his head. A blue spark danced down his arm. Azuku had a very bad feeling that he should have told his teachers about the villain who attacked him. Katsuki wandered into the living room, reading something on his phone. Trying to sound normal, Azuku asked, "Did the police investigate the creature rejection clan members' quirks?" Huh? Katsuki looked up. Why would I know? Never mind. Azuku tried to stand, but his legs went out from under him. He collapsed against the sofa. Blue light exploded from his body. When the blinding light faded away, and Azuku could see again, 7 children appeared around the room. What the hell? Tatsuki shrieked, exploding his phone. He cursed and waved the smoking device. The children looked about 5 or 6 years old. There was a boy with white hair and green eyes, a boy with spiky red hair, a blue-haired boy, a bedraggled child with messy hair falling all over his face, a tall, pudgy boy, a short one with black hair, and a dark-haired little girl with the most brilliant smile. Azuku recognized Nana Shimura's trademark smile. From there, he did the math and realized each of these children resembled the vestiges from his dreams. Had the villain's power caused his quirk to manifest as in the real world, like Fumikage's dark shadow? In a haunted voice, Katsuki groaned. Deku, you've always been a weirdo. But when did your life turn into an M-Preg fanfiction? It's not like that! Izuku yelped. I think these kids are my quirk. He turned a gentle smile on them. I'm 9. Do you recognize me? Little Hikage hid under the couch. Nana, Banjo, and En ran out the open door. Yoshi shuffled his feet and hid his face behind his hair. Second and third clung together, glaring at Izuku suspiciously. Oh dear. Izuku wanted to chase after the children who'd run off, but he also needed to reassure the ones still here. Surely nothing too bad could happen to them in the dorms. Azuku knelt down next to the first 3 One for All holders. Hi, my name is Azuku Midoriya. I'm a hero student, and I promise to help you. Whoa, a hero, Yoichi whispered, his eyes sparkling. Awesome! Second's scowl only deepened. He stepped protectively in front of Ferd. Azuku asked, Do you know each other? What are your names? Second and third had never told him. They didn't seem to like him much. Apparently that hadn't changed. Second glared. He looked like a miniature Kacchan with that expression. We've been friends since we were babies, so you have to go through me to get to him. My parents told me not to give my name to strangers. Fair enough. How interesting. They seem to have their childhood memories, but nothing more recent. Azuku asked, what if I found a teacher? Or a policeman? Third flinched. Second growled. My parents told me to run away from the police or they'd lock me up. Oops. Azuku had forgotten how the police had treated people with powers during the dawn of Age of Quarks. Yoichi tugged on Azuku's sleeve. If you're a hero, do you have a cool meta ability? Show me! Azuku realized he could not feel one for all. The warm spark was gone, leaving his blood cold. Without his quirk, he'd returned to days when he'd been called useless. Panic twisted his stomach, worse than the previous illness. Shoto stepped into the room. Hey, did you hear the creature rejection clan had caused Quark to manifest as children? It's good thing that none of us got hit. He double took. Oh, I see you both had a delayed reaction. He knelt down next to Ichi. Midoriya, your quirk looks just like you. Aw, he's adorable. The spiky-haired kid must be Bakugo's explosion. Who did the blue-haired kid come from? They're all mine, actually, Izuku said. Shoto laughed. That boy must be either Bakugo's quirk or his secret love child. I've still got my quirk half and half, Katsuki cried, releasing an explosion to demonstrate. He detonated a bit too close to Third's head. Third cried out and dropped to his knees, hands over his ears. Growling, Second whirled around and kicked Katsuki in the crotch. As he fell over, Katsuki howled, I'll kill you, brat. Second kicked Katsuki in the head while he laid stunned. Then Second poised his foot on Katsuki's head like a hunter with his prey. Third and Yoichi plotted. Yoichi giggled. You're cool. You're dead, Katsuki screamed, sitting up. Blood ran down his forehead with a demented grimace. He looked like a zombie from a horror film. Second and third ran out of the room, with Katsuki hot on their heels. Oh no. Izuku swallowed. I have to stop Kachan. Todoroki, could you look after the other kids? Thanks! Without waiting for a reply, Izuku took off. Kids? Shoto looked at asked the empty room. But there's only one kid. The white-haired boy tugged on his sleeve. My name is Yoichi, not Kid. Are you a hero too? Yes. Watch this. Shoto formed an ice crystal on his palm. Yoichi snatched the crystal. It's beautiful! He sighed as the crystal melted. It's gone. Shoto smiled. This child's enthusiasm for quirks reminded him of Zuko. I can create more. See? He formed a dazzling display of crystals. I can also control fire. He produced a tiny flame on his fingertip. Amazing! Yoichi beamed. To the couch, he said, He's nice. You can come out. A thin boy with filthy hair crawled out from under the sofa, in contrast to Yoichi's school uniform. This boy wore ragged clothing. He took Yoichi's extended hand to help him up. Shoto asked, What's your name? The boy whispered in Yoichi's ear. Yoichi said, He's Hakage Shinori Mori. Shoto felt concerned how this child's condition, but he tried not to let any negative emotions slip into his voice. Would you like something to eat? Kage's eyes lit up, and he nodded. Shoto straightened. Let's go to the kitchen. Ochako headed downstairs to eat mochi she'd been craving all day. A shape shot past her head. Had a bird gotten into the dorms? No, it was a little girl wearing a bright yellow dress. A packet of tissue slipped from her pocket. Here, you drop this. Ochako floated the tissues in the air with a touch. Thank you. The girl turned around, hovering at eye level with Ochako. Neat quirk. I'm Nana Shimura. What's your name? I'm Ochako Araka. Are you related to a UA student? Ochako couldn't remember anyone with the last name Shimura. I'm at UA? Nana gasped. I've always dreamed of being a UA student someday. I got lost. I don't know where to find my family, but I'm not scared because I'm a future hero. Ochako held out her hand. Let's find your parents together. Nana took her hand, floating alongside the older girl. Will you tell me about how you got into UA? I want to become cool as you someday. Ochako's heart melted. This girl was too adorable. Sure, there's a phone in the kitchen. We could call your home. I'll even share my mochi with you. Tenya had been running a bit faster than probably appropriate in the dorms, and nearly ran into a tiny dark-haired boy. Screeching to a halt, he demanded, Who are you? And the boy mumbled, smoke obscuring his face. It was unclear if this was his name or a random muttering. Tenya rubbed smoke from his eyes and huffed. Children are not allowed in the dorms. Furthermore, you should not use your quirk so inconsiderately. N's lower lip wobbled. He burst into tears. Oh no! The heroes did not make small children cry. Tenya had disgraced the noble name of his big brother, Ingenium. Mouth gaping like a fish, Tenya knelt down. I'm sorry. I merely explained the dorm rooms to you. And sobbed harder. The hallway got even darker. Desperately, Tenya asked, Will you stop crying if I give you a cookie? This had worked on him as a child. N's mouth remained open, but no sound came out. Cautiously, he held out his hand. I don't have any cookies with me, Tenya admitted. N's eyes filled with tears. Tenya gulped. But I know where to find them. He knelt down to let the child climb on his back. When Shoto pushed open the kitchen door, the boy stood on the counter. He used Black Whip to lift a package of chocolate chip cookies off a high shelf. When the boy spotted Shoto, he immediately started shoveling cookies into his mouth as fast as possible. I won't take them from you, Shoto said. He probably should, but as a youngest child, he approved of mischief. Will you share some cookies with these two? He pushed Yoichi and Hikage forward. Yoichi declared, Hikage can have all my cookies because I'm a hero and I'm not hungry. His stomach growled. He flushed. The boy used his whip to hop around from the counter. I'm Diago. Gosh, you look skinny. Yago peered at Hikage. With uncanny speed, Hikage hid in a crack between the fridge and the wall. Yago held out a cookie. Come out, they're good. Hikage snatched the treat without leaving his hiding place. You too, hero. Yago tossed a cookie into Yoichi's mouth. Spotting the near-empty mochi packet on the counter, Shoto said, The cookies are fair game, but Araka will flip when she finds out you ate her mochi. She's an only child. She doesn't share. Tenya rushed into the kitchen, his glasses askewed and his hair wild. A dark-haired boy hopped off his back, Tenya cried. I need cookies for N. He grabbed the package. Diago held onto the other end tightly. The package ripped, spilling cookies across the floor. No! Tenya and Anglo wailed together. N giggled and ate a cookie off the floor. Shoto looked between Tenya and N, noting the resemblance. Maybe someone else had been separated from his quirk. You named your quirk N? Tenya looked Harold. I've never seen this boy before. Ochako skipped into the kitchen, holding hands with a flying girl. Shoto gasped and pointed. Araka, you manifested your quirk too? My mochi! Ochako cried, gazing at the empty package as if it contained all her lost hopes and dreams. Her eyes glowed with fury. Where is the thief? At that precise moment, two boys ran into the kitchen, pursued by a howling savage Katsuki. The, the fallen cookies crushed under their feet. Izuku ran after them, screaming, Someone stop Kachan before he commits murder! Yoichi stepped in front of Katsuki, making puppy eyes. Please, violence isn't the answer. Out of my way, brat. Katsuki grabbed Yoichi's collar and lifted him aside. Yoichi pulled out a taser from his pocket and zapped Katsuki. Unless a hero commits violence, then it's okay. He finished cheerily. A stunned silence fell over the room as everyone stared at Katsuki, lying twitching on the kitchen tiles. Izuku felt a pang of second-hand sympathy and fear of how his childhood friend would react to being twice defeated by children. He had many questions. But why do you have a taser popped out first? Yoichi tucked away his taser. Big brother gave it to me. He says people always try to kidnap me because I'm too cute, so I should electrocute them. If you don't take me home right now, my big brother will beat you all up. He's the strongest. No one reacted to this boast except Izuku, who winced, knowing full well who was Yoichi's older brother. Shoto said, I tried to tell you earlier, if you make direct skin contact with your quirks, then they should become part of you again. Great, Izuku beamed with relief. All the children are my quirk. He turned to the kids, expecting an argument or an existential crisis. Nana only nodded. You feel like home. She drifted over and grabbed Izuku's cheek. Goodbye, cool big sister. Ochako moaned, still traumatized over her lost mochi, but she managed to wave. Yoichi and Banjo leapt to Izuku too, touching his right hand and arm, and let Izuku pick him up. Hakage crept out and grabbed Izuku's ankle. Second hesitated, but third tugged him forward. Looking up, Second said, I think I know you. I liked you more than I'd admit. Both second and third clung to Izuku's left leg. All 7 children were touching Izuku, but nothing happened. Tenya said, I'm very confused. What are you doing? Izuku felt sick. It didn't work. Todoroki, are you sure? Shoto blinked. Maybe it didn't work because your quirk fragmented into too many pieces? The children let go of Izuku and huddled together, mumbling and chattering in confusion. Hakage sucked his thumb. What if All for One was such a strange quirk that it couldn't be absorbed? What if Izuku had lost his quirk forever? His throat dried out, and his breathing became rapid. How could he ever face All Might if he, the 9th successor, had lost All for One forever? Or One for All forever? Azal walked into the kitchen holding a tiny blonde child wrapped in his sleeping bag. What is going on? When All Might turned into a kindergartner, I instinctively knew it had something to do with you, problem child. Sleepy blue eyes looked up. Miniature All Might yawned. Azuku nearly fainted from cuteness. This was a rare treasure for any fan. A completely new and never seen All Might. Presumably, All Might Izuku needed to touch All Might too in order to reverse the villain's quirk. But if he did it in front of everyone, that would give away One for All's transferable nature. Clearly, Izuku had no choice but to play dumb to collect a rare small might, protect his secret. Sorry, Mr. Ozawa, I have no idea how this happened. I love you, Minnie Mike cried, leaping into Izuku's outstretched arms. A giant grin split on Izuku's face. Let's find you some cookies that haven't been on the floor. In a secret experimental facility, Dr. Garaki stared at a white-haired child. Master, how did this happen? All for One, aka the zeroth holder of One for All, wrinkled his nose and pounded. A kidnapper! After me instead of my little brother this time? Die! He leapt on the stunned doctor, clawed his eyes, and then ran. Oh my god, this is lovely. Okay, this fic doesn't have a mock surprisingly. Yeah, surprisingly no omakes. But yeah, cute little fic. I love this fic. It's adorable, and more people need to know it existed. Listen, the amount of fics I've just been picking up because I just like the concept of them and they don't focus on ships is insane. I'm still waiting for permission for the one that I've been really excited for. Um, I'm still waiting. I think they'll give me permission, but I'm not too sure. I'm like 90% sure I'll get the permission, but I gotta wait. I'm not good at waiting. This is gonna be the last video I'm doing today, though. I did ask for a few more fics, though, so either tomorrow or the next day I'll probably podfic them. Anyway, bye! He clenched his head. Oh, that's not clenched. That is not clenched.